What is up, America? Welcome to episode 5 of Tuesday Night Football. I'm Richard Mignette,
I'm Kenny Nicholson.
and we're going to get right into it tonight. We got our picks for our Sleeper League as well as our NFL pick 'em, and then we'll touch on the Bucks a little bit at the end. So let's jump right into it in our Sleeper League. Let's get some matchups going. Let's start with first place Jared versus second to last place Lee. Lee is actually projected to win 123 to 1.8. Who do you like tonight?
123 to
So I'm sorry,
118.
118. Sorry about that.
Oh, good, man.
Numbers.
It's so freeing right now that I don't have anything going on. I can just focus on this episode. Who do I like tonight? Who do I like this weekend? Um,
Weekend, tonight, everything, all of it. Love it.
Jared Jared currently has some gaps in his lineup. First off, starting Josh Dobbs. Don't love the confidence in that. Nico Collins might not play this week. Terry McLaurin, we'll see what happens with him. Javante, Ramondre, names kind of rhyme. That's a nice little combo there. But he's missing Tyreek. He's missing Puka. He's missing Patty Mahomes. That's going to hurt him. Lee, on the other hand, is going to be missing T. Higgins most likely. So he's going to have to figure out a solution for that. But between Derrick Henry, Deontay Foreman, which I think might have a huge game, as well as Jake Ferguson, Kittle. Yeah, I think, Lee's got a pretty good shot. I'm going to pick Lee.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Lee here too. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna take Jared. Uh, Jared's 6-3 for a reason. I think that he also has some type of he shared with us some spreadsheet data formula that he has for fantasy football where he has a system. So he believes in his system. He's 6-3. Lee not having T Higgins is actually going to be huge. He does have Gabe Davis. He's got some guys on his bench. Christian Watson. But overall, I think Jared probably is going to have the advantage here. Kamara is a PPR machine. Hawkinson's playing. I'm going to take Jared to advance to 7-3 here.
As I was talking about Lee's team, I realized he was starting two tight ends.
Yeah.
Don't love that,
Yeah,
but
that's not great. That's
I'm
not a
riding
great
with my
combo.
pick.
Yeah, all right, perfect. Let's get into it next. We got Mike versus Jake, and this has gone to a 119.97 to 120.95 matchup. Jake is coming in at 6-3. Mike is 4-5. Oh man, this is tough. This is a really good lineup on both sides. Deebo Samuel coming back from Mike is huge. He just made the trade for Bijan Robinson,
Yeah.
which is a little bit. We'll dive into that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead and explain your thought process on that real quick.
Yeah.
For background, Kenny traded Bijan Robinson for Tony Pollard from Mike.
I did. And, after I made that trade, it happened very fast. After I made that trade, there's a slight regret. But to be honest, I think it'll work out for me. The reason I did it is because Jonathan Taylor and Bijan are were my two workhorses. Both had bye weeks, week 11. Wanted to trade for Pollard because I actually really do believe in Pollard. Probably could have gotten a little bit more for Bijan, but he hasn't been playing that good. Doesn't really get used. That's why I made the trade. I'm sure Bijan's gonna have a great week now that I traded him.
Yeah, have like a lot of like football, fantasy football heads been saying trade for Pollard or something.
Not that I'm aware
No,
of. No,
no, no. Okay.
no,
Matthew
no.
Berry,
I haven't heard anything about
NBC, fantasy footballer. There's nothing. All right, yeah, for
it.
sure. It's just came from Kenny's brain. I love it.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I've
gonna go
been.
ahead. I'm sorry. What was that?
No, I've just been doing my research.
He's
His
been doing his
ADOT's great.
research. Independent researcher, just like Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers. Um, I'm gonna go here with Mike in this spot, and I think Debo Samuel coming back, Calvin Ridley. He did pick up K. Dalton. That's an interesting pickup. He's got some guys on the bye with Cooper Cup, and Devontae Smith on the bye. However, Travis Kelce on the bye too. All right, I'm gonna do a double flip. I'm going with Jake. I didn't like what I saw. A lot of guys on the bye. Jake's gonna need a big game from George Pickens, and sometimes when you cry, and not cry, but when you kind of complain enough in the NFL, you might get your way. Sometimes we see that a lot where guys say, give me the ball. The focus plan will be to get him the ball. I think George Pickens might have a big game. I'm going to take Jake here in that spot. All right, moving along. We got the Germany game. Grant versus Nikki. This is a legit 50-50, 126.86 to 125.98 projection. This is going to be a great game. Who do you have?
So I never picked between Mike and Jake. But
Oh,
if I
shoot, my
were,
bad. That's my
it's all
fault.
good, man. If I were to pick, I'd probably pick Mike just because he's got my former squad: Bijan, Jameer Gibbs, Ridley. I think Jake's gonna have a pretty good week, but I think Mike will get the best of him. Going back to the Grant Nicky game,
Mm-hmm.
um, So Grant, I'm gonna pick Grant just off first look because he's got Montgomery coming back. Montgomery, Eckler, that duo is just absurd. And Keenan Allen, St. Brown, Justin Herbert. I think the Chargers and the Lions is gonna be a high. I just realized they're playing each other. That's gonna be a
Wow.
high scoring shootout right there, and probably will give him a lot of fantasy points. Tank Dell looks like Nico Collins isn't playing. He's going to get a lot of points this week. On Nicky's side of the ball, Olave had a pretty good game last game. Definitely kind of trending the right direction. Devontae Adams hasn't been too good, but he does have Trevor Lawrence, ETN back, so that should help. But I'm going to go Grant in this one.
This is a super intriguing matchup because there are great spots all around here. Eckler has been playing great. He's got the Lions versus Chargers is Grant Bowl. I mean, they're littered with that with those guys all over his team. But also on Nicky, I love Travis Etienne. He's been unreal. He's got the double stack Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. Devontae Adams at some point is going to have a good game. Like it's just bound to happen. They are on Monday Night Football versus the Jets, I believe. Or maybe is it Sunday Night Football or is it Monday? No, it's Sunday Night. It's Sunday Night Football.
I'm not sure. I just know it's the Jets.
Sunday Night Football because I think
Sunday.
the Bills and the Sunday Night Football. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Wow, this is tough. This is probably the toughest game to pick. This could be a decimal game. I know I've been saying I'm a broken record with the decimal games, but this could be a decimal game. I'm going to go Grant. 5-5. Both teams will be 5-5. I believe in those games when both teams can end up with the same record. That sometimes happens. This we could both be wrong. I think you pick Grant too?
I picked Grant, yes.
Yeah, so that's actually good for Nicky. So we could be actually blessing Nicky with that pick. Kind of like when the scoreboard, when the analysts all pick the same team, that could be happening right here. That's gonna be a great game though, regardless of who wins. And then we will transition now to you versus JJ. You are projected 121.92 to 115.55 over JJ. You are starting Kyler Murray. Call of Duty's dropping soon. Concerned?
I wouldn't say I'm concerned. I don't think he's gonna come back firing, right? His leg, I know from all the things I've seen on Twitter and all the research that's been done,
Yep.
typically post ACL, we see a dip in rushing production. That being said, anything will be an upgrade from Clayton Tune, and I think that the
Correct.
Arizona Cardinals have some pretty decent weapons. I think it'll be a pretty good game for him. I'm excited to have Pollard on my team. I think he's really going to bounce back this week. I'm missing AJ Brown, which is terrible. But I obviously am gonna bet on myself like I did last week, which failed. Gonna pick myself, obviously.
So you are this is your analysis. Not gonna pick yourself.
I am gonna pick myself.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought you were picking JJ there for a second. I was gonna say, hey
No,
man,
no, no, no,
come
no.
on,
I'm
come
picking
on,
myself.
man. You gotta be that modest. Come on, come
No,
on.
I have to pick
All
myself.
right. This is also gonna be a good game. You guys are both 5-4. One team will be 5-5, and one guy will be 6-4. Obviously, it's how math works.
That is.
Um, oh man, this is tough. JJ's got a lot of guys in the bye. You have Kyler coming back. There's some momentum there. You're making a trade. You're bringing in a new guy. First game on the team. They're gonna want to get him involved. They want to all maybe take him out to dinner the night before. Gonna be a good week for Tony Pollard. I'm gonna have to go with you in the spot. And I think I'd probably be taking JJ, but he's got a lot of guys in the bye. A lot of guys in the bye. DeAndre Swift, Jalen Waddle, Philly defense. It's tough. Pacheco, a lot of guys in the bye. I'm gonna take you here in that spot. JJ's got a very good team regardless. And then last but not least, we got myself versus Lee. Nope, Dan. That was last week when I beat Lee. Dan coming off his first victory. He is riding high. I'm sure a lot of people love Dan. Got one win. The public might love Dan. But go ahead and give us our analysis on the game.
Yeah. So I predicted Dan was gonna get his first win last week, and he did. And he's playing you this week. Dan, I think I sung his praises last week. I actually really like his team. I think he's got a great team for being 1-8, if we're being honest. You, on the other hand, I actually really like your team. I really like your team.
That was like in the principal's office. You, sir, on the other. Jeez, man, the hell did I do?
Yeah, nah, I love, bro. But yeah, you got Josh Allen stud, right? Kenneth Walker. I don't know what's going on with that situation.
Yeah.
Kenneth
Kenneth Walker. Yeah.
we'll see what happens with Kenneth Walker. Washington, pretty good matchup. I don't know what's happening with him. James Conner, is he playing this week? He's still on
He is
IR.
playing activated. He's playing.
He got
Ready to go.
activated?
Good knee. Nope,
I
not yet,
missed
but
that.
he's playing.
Okay.
Playing.
Stephon
Playing.
Diggs,
He talked to me. He's
stud.
playing.
Jamar Chase. I mean, your team is banged up, man. Your team has been through the ringer. You're starting 2 tight ends, which Taysom Hill, I mean, that makes sense. Jacoby Myers, not a great matchup this week. Not trying to crap on your
We're
team.
waiting on Damian Pierce's health.
Yeah.
Damian Pierce's health.
I actually really like your team. I don't want to make it seem like I'm crapping on your team, but
that's
week,
a load of crap.
this week with all the injuries and everything, I want to go Dan. I think Dan moves
great.
to 2-8.
Yeah, great. Pick Dan. I'm gonna blow Dan out. Pick me 7-3. I move 7-3. All right, those are your picks of the week for our sleeper league. Let's transition now to our NFL pick'em. And last week we had some technical difficulties on the stream. Our producer went pan to the wrong camera.
Yes.
He did not show the right camera with our correct picks, and we got that fixed this week. We actually fired our producer, and we have a new producer now. So, let's just give a thank you to our old producer for everything you did for us.
Yeah.
It's Salute to Service Week in the NFL. I'm wearing my cap, and in all seriousness, shout out to all the troops. We love you guys. You guys are the best. Your brother-in-law is a veteran, so shout out to Melvin. We love Melvin. All right, so these were the picks that you were supposed to see last week. Can you see them?
Yep. Thank you, editor.
We lost picks. All right, so there we go. Week 8 picks. Yeah. Kenny went 9-7. I went 10-6. And then we got week 9 picks. So these were last week. Kenny went 7-7. I went 8-6. We are both. We are both in the. Well, I mean, come on. We're both in the green. You are 16-14. I'm 18-12. Those are nothing to sneeze at. Those are very good picks, and that's above 500 in my book. So, let's go ahead and get it started here tonight. Thursday Night Football. We have an intriguing and riveting matchup here between the Panthers and the Bears in Soldier Field. Wow, on Salute to Service Week. That's pretty crazy. Panthers, Bears. Who do you have?
I have Panthers in this one, and the reason is, and I feel like Bears would be like the pick like people would think to make. But the reason is, I mean, the Panthers are not a good team. The Bears are not a good team. I just think the Bears are kind of just done, man. I think the season's kind of a wash. They're really trying to tank at this point. I'm pretty sure they have Carolina's pick, so they want.
Wow,
Carolina.
I forgot about that. This is a win-win. This is a weird game.
This is a win-win. They either win the game or they win a better pick. So, in my opinion, like, why would you want to beat the team that you want their pick? Like, why? Strategically, your season's over. So from that logic right there, not analyzing the teams at all, I'm gonna go Carolina because, like, why would Chicago try to win this game? I just don't understand.
That's a great point, and I'm also going to agree with you. I'm going to take the Panthers here just because the Panthers are a veteran team. Like, Adam Thielen is not tanking. Adam Thielen is trying to win games. Like, he's getting paid, but he's trying to win games. They have their quarterback. Like, Bryce Young is their guy. They are trying to press forward to something. The Bears, like you said, they're in a complete no man's land. They have no direction. And we've talked about it at length on here. Thursday Night product is terrible. Like, the Bears went into FedEx Field and kicked the crap out of the Commanders. I think that could very well happen tonight. I think the Panthers are going to have a big game. I think they're going to come out motivated. They had a terrible game versus the Colts last week at home. Ooh, almost lost my breath there. I'm also going to go Panthers here. I just like them in the spot. Not good for the Bucks, but I'm going to go Panthers. Let's go to the Germany game. Colts versus Patriots. This is going to also be a tough game to watch because the Patriots are not a good football team. And actually, the Colts are could sneaky compete for the AFC South here. What do you think?
I'm gonna I think I'm gonna go Colts, which the NFL, I could totally see the Patriots just somehow winning this game, right? But the Patriots are depleted right now. They don't have a whole lot of offensive weapons. Pop Douglas is questionable to play this week, I believe. The running game looked better last week, which is obviously good. Patriots defense, there was some drama with a cornerback not traveling with them.
JC Jackson's having a little mental. He's like having like a little get your head right couple weeks here.
Yeah, so a lot of drama with that team. Bill Belichick, there's rumors spreading that he's going to be leaving the team, going to be coaching somewhere else. Too much drama with that team. You look at the Colts. Gardner Minshew is obviously, I mean, middle of the pack quarterback. Good to have on your team for a backup. So the fact they had him was great. Running game is really electric. Really has some good weapons on offense. Defense is pretty good as well. That D line. Is DeForest Buckner still on the Colts?
He is, correct.
Okay. Yeah, that D line's pretty solid. I'm gonna go Colts.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you here. The Colts are again one of those teams that they're competing for something. They also have their quarterback; he's out for the season. Anthony Richardson, get healthy. But the Patriots, listen, my kind of ideology, I guess, is when Bill Belichick has just absolute a tornado swirling around him, he's probably going to coach better. With that being said, that all happened with Tom Brady. Bill Belichick is not a bad coach, but this is not a team that you can just motivate to play better in Germany. So it's going to be a close game. This is not going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the NFL wants this to be a close game, but the Colts will come out on top. Jonathan Taylor's going to have a big game. Gardner Minshew just needs to take care of the football. Colts have a very good defense. This is going to be a close game, but the Colts will prevail on this one. All right. We're moving on to the AFC North. Browns and Ravens in the bank. Who do you like?
Browns and Ravens. I'm going to go Ravens. They've been on fire recently. Kind of just a square pick, but realistically, like I just don't think anybody can stop them right now. I did see something around the past quarterbacks they've played. Their schedule has not really been that tough, I will say. As good as they are, they've had some like tough matchups for the most part. Hasn't been against any like powerhouse teams. The Browns don't fall in the powerhouse category, in my opinion. Deshaun Watson's still dealing with the shoulder injury. Obviously have a great defense. Keaton Mitchell got downgraded today in practice, which you don't love to see, especially as somebody who just spent $14 fab on him.
The Ravens running back?
Yeah, the guy who broke out last week.
Yeah.
They still have Gus Bus, Justice Hill. Their offense, it makes no sense how it works, but it works. Like I feel like their weapons on offense, like the receivers aren't really that amazing. The running backs are all pretty middle of the pack. Obviously, they got Lamar. I guess Lamar and the O-line are
Yeah.
I got Mark Andrews. How can I leave out Mark?
I got Lamar in another league, but we don't talk about the other league.
Yeah, we don't talk about
that. So you're taking Ravens?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Browns here. And the reason why I'm going to go Browns is because the Ravens, sometimes when you're just too good, the NFL just has a way of just slapping you in the face and just you're going to have one of those games that is just like, what the hell? Like the Ravens aren't going to play bad. And the Browns just absolutely blew out the Cardinals. And that was like the Cardinals senior college team. I'm going to go Browns here just because I think they're going to come to play. Deshaun's going to play. Like he's going to show up to play. Like Deshaun Watson, for as all the stuff that has gone on off the field that we don't condone, he is still a very good football player at the end of the day. So, I mean, it's tough when you're talking about how good he is because of all the baggage. But he's still a very good football player. And at some point, there's going to be a game where like, wow, Deshaun Watson is back. He is actually really good at football. I think this is going to be the game. I think when two competitors like Lamar and Deshaun go against each other, they probably want to best each other. I think this is going to be a very, very high scoring game. I don't think it's going to be one of those 13-7 AFC North games. I think it's going to be a surprising game. But I'm going to take the Browns in the spot just because the Ravens, like I'm sure Lamar's maybe going to play bad. Maybe Gus Edwards going to have a couple fumbles. Maybe like weird stuff's just going to happen. But it's going to be a good game. But the Browns are going to take this one. Yeah. All right, let's go to Acrisure Stadium, also formerly known as Heinz Field, where there's a historic matchup between the Packers and the Steelers. The Steelers, shout out to our boy Jake. They are wearing their throwback block numbers. Wow. I believe he's actually going to be in attendance. So shout out to Jake. And for that reason solely, I'm taking the Packers. I mean, excuse me, the Steelers. Yeah, that was bad. I'm taking the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers.
And for that reason, F you. I'm taking the
I know, that was, woo! And for that reason only, I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah. I'm taking the Steelers also. I already tooted my own horn on Tuesday's show. I'm doing it one more time. We did sleeper picks last week, which we should probably incorporate at some point in this episode.
Yeah.
I picked Najee, Deontay. I'm still bullish on both those guys. The Steelers know how to win. Okay. Kenny Pickett, stat wise,
they know how to win.
Not the best. I actually was bored yesterday, was looking at the 2022 NFL draft class, man. That class had no quarterbacks besides Kenny Pickett. Sam Howell, like 5th round, I think, which he's honestly probably a little better than Kenny Pickett, like statistically.
Statistically.
um. Anyways, going Steelers. I'm just gonna stop talking. Steelers have a great defense as well. Packers. Jordan Love sucks.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Steelers as well because our boy Jake's in the house. The Packers might play him close because didn't the Packers win last week? Packers
Packers
won.
didn't the Packers play the Saints last week? Am I tripping? No, they
No.
played the Rams. Oh yeah, they just
Yeah, they
the
won.
Rams had Brett Ripon or whatever.
Yeah, but Steelers. Let's move to Jacksonville, TIA Stadium. And this is going to be a battle of the 49ers and Jaguars, two really good teams, two really good head coaches. It's going to be hot. I don't know if the 49ers are used to this humidity. And you know what? The 49ers are a really good team, but sometimes these championship teams, they go through a rut. I think the 49ers are just in a rut right now. Deebo Samuel's coming back. They have Ayuk. They have CMC. They just traded for Chase Young. But I don't think that they are overall like they're not gelled yet. Like the Bucs in 2020, they were 7-5 going into the bye. Like they were not gelled. Like when you put all these new faces together, they're not gelling yet. And for that reason, I'm going Jaguars here. I'm going T-Law. I'm going ETN. Did I pick Nikki when in our sleeper league
Last week?
I didn't. I picked Grant. Jesus,
Grant.
I picked Grant. It's gonna be a close game. I'm going Jags here. I think that the home field advantage, Jacksonville, they've been getting rowdy for these games. Long flight. Guys are gonna be stiff, sore. I come out the plane. Oh, my hammies tight. Oh, Jags.
Yeah, I like your logic and I respect the pick, although I'm going 49ers.
No, you don't.
I'm going 49ers. 49ers, pretty banged up team. I think the bye will help them get reset a little bit. I think they'll have a lot of time to review film for this game, prepare for this game. It's a big game. It's a momentum game. Jaguars are a very, very good football team. It's an away game for the 49ers. But I think this is a great bounce back spot for them. The Jaguars have been very good, but they haven't totally clicked, in my opinion. So I'm going to go 49ers. I mean,
that makes them more scary.
Okay, that's fair.
Fair
49ers.
fair.
I picked 49ers.
All right. Saints, Vikings, Vikings.
Go Bucks. Saints, Vikings. I picked Saints last week and you gave me a whole lecture, so I'm going Vikings.
Vikings. Very, very good. Very, very good job.
Texans.
Saints. Huh?
I said I was going Saints to like rebuttal against you.
You're going Saints?
Vikings.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
I actually do like the Vikings.
Skull. All right. Texas Bengals. This is in Paul Brown Stadium, one of the last stadiums not named after a huge mega corporation. I am going to go Bengals in this game. Now, the Texans, CJ Stroud, diced up our Bucks. We've talked about that ad nauseum. Don't need to relive that nightmare. But when a team has a victory like that, they're not gonna like everyone expects the Texans to like look like, you know, the greatest show on turf again. That's not going to happen this week. Water finds its level. They're probably going to struggle. No Nico Collins. Damian Pierce is still out. The Bengals are a very good football team with or without T. Higgins. Jamar Chase is going to play. Let's be realistic here. Let's all be smart about this. Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious pick, Bengals. I think the Texans, the reason they're only 7 points is a lot of points. Bengals are a 7-point favorite in this one. It's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be very high scoring. From a fantasy perspective, if you have a Bengal or a Texan, you're feeling pretty good going into that.
Feeling great.
But yeah, no, I think the Bengals are just the better football team overall. So I don't really need to explain anymore.
Perfect. How are we doing on time? Can you tell?
Sure.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
Let's keep it rolling.
Maybe get our producer on that. All right, let's move on to Lions Chargers in LA, SoFi Stadium. If you need to reconsolidate your loans, SoFi. They're not a sponsor. Waffle House is. Shout out to Waffle House. Lions Chargers. Oof. My head says Lions, but my heart says Chargers because the Chargers are going to figure it out at some point. They're not a bad football team. I know they don't have Mike Williams, but they are not a bad football team. They're going to get it right at some point. The Lions have a little bit of a tendency to not be that good versus really good teams. They had that game versus the Chiefs, but they got absolutely destroyed in Baltimore. They beat up on the Bucks, but congratulations to the Texans. I am going Chargers, go Chargers, go.
I'm gonna go Lions. It's always funny, like when you finish your explanation, I just pick the opposite.
Yeah, you
Going
just
Lions. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it's gonna be a great matchup. Again, from a fantasy perspective, you're gonna love this game. David Montgomery coming back. I mean, the Chargers have really struggled against the run, really struggled, and now they have to face Montgomery and Gibbs.
yeah.
I think the Lions, they just know how to play gritty football. I think they're going to really control time of possession in this game, really make sure that, they're on top of everything. Chargers have been wishy-washy. Their defense played outstanding. I felt that one last week when I played them in all my leagues, but no, I don't think it's going to be a problem for the Lions. I think they win this one probably by like a touchdown or so, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually a little side note. I think this is the Jared Goff revenge game because I think this is his first time in SoFi.
Wasn't he on the Rams?
Yeah, but SoFi.
True, I guess. Yeah, the
I
fans
don't know. I
maybe.
don't know. I don't know if he's been. I don't know if he's. I don't know. Oh, I think he has. Shoot, I might have just killed that.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna look that up. But if we had a producer, I'd say look it up. But I'm gonna act like it's his first game back. But I don't think it is because I think Stafford's played the Lions. Because I think one time I saw him like just sunning them, like, "Oh, you guys are doing great. Keep growing over there." No, I think that was in Detroit. We're gonna act like it was his first game back. You could make an argument this is the house that Goff built. Technically, little bit, not really, but a little bit. Uh, Chargers. All right, Falcons, Cardinals in the desert.
Hmm.
This is an interesting game. This is a really interesting game because the Falcons stink. And I'm not going to be convinced otherwise. And the Cardinals have Kyler Murray coming back. Um, I'm going to go Cardinals here, and I'm just going to be the square. I'm going to ride Kyler Murray coming back. I'm going to ride James Conner coming in here off his knee. I'm going to ride it all. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I don't want to see the Falcons win anyway, so Cardinals.
Yeah, I want to go Cardinals as well. Main reason Kyler coming back again. I don't think he's going to be running around like he usually does, like a little freaking jumping bean. Also, wanted to make a quick call out. We did sleeper picks last week. I don't want to put pressure on you, Richard, because we didn't prepare this in the pre-rehearsal show to pick a sleeper pick. My sleeper pick for this game, though, I think Trey McBride, that tight end on the Cardinals, I think he has a really good game this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe 1 to 2 touchdowns in this game. Reason being,
Who has
Kyler's
him?
coming back. What?
Who has him in our league?
Nicky is benching him currently. He's playing
Ooh,
Laporta over him, which I totally
La
understand.
Puerta.
Yeah. Which sucks because I actually think Trey McBride's gonna have a great game. When that guy gets targets, he's a stud. It's hard to find a tight end that does that well,
Yeah.
from like a pass catching perspective. Anyways, the reason I picked the Cardinals is Kyler's coming back, which is great. James Conner's coming back, which is great. The Falcons, I just traded away Bijan. Arthur Smith is going to lose this game. He's going to get fired. Bijan's going to be the greatest running back ever, and I'm going to regret that trade. Cardinals.
We did I did forget. We just didn't prepare a spreadsheet for this because we're off the cuff guys sometimes,
Yeah.
things are hectic. My sleeper would be Deshaun Watson. I think he's gonna have a great game. I kind of talked about that earlier. If I think somebody's starting him, I don't know who. JJ, I think.
Oh God, I'm playing JJ.
I think he is starting to, if you're starting Deshaun Watson out there, congrats. He's gonna have a good game. I just said it.
He is. He's stacking him with Amari Cooper as well.
Yeah,
so.
that's gonna
And
be like
Elijah
70.
Moore. Jeez,
Yeah, that's gonna be 104 points combined.
triple pancake stack.
Giants, yeah, Cardinals. Giants, Cowboys. This is in Jerry World, the house of Jerry built. Giants, Cowboys. Shout out to Rick Stroud and his impersonation. Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Jerry. They all listen to that podcast too. Giants, Cowboys. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say. Look, wait, just bear with me here. Bear with me. The Giants are probably not going to win this game. However, the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals earlier this year. The Cowboys are not a good enough football team to just roll the football out there and they're going to win. I'm dead serious. The Giants got nothing to lose. These guys are playing. These guys are playing to play. This is one of those love of the game games.
You know they have Danny DeVito as their starting quarterback, right?
They got Danny DeVito. So what? I know Saquon might be hurt. So what? They're going to keep it close in the first half. It might get a little ugly in the second half, but this is not going to be a 42-7 game. No. We got 10 minutes left. I'm going to take the Cowboys, but I get credit if the Giants win. I'll say that because this is such a huge spread. We're not a gambling show. If the Cowboys win, great. It's a double winner for me. Cowboys win, great. Giants win, I also win. So
I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm gonna pick the I'm gonna pick the Cowboys. And I think the Cowboys absolutely destroy them, dismantle them. I don't think the Giants are gonna get anything going. If I had to put an over under on how many yards they're gonna get offensively, I'm gonna put like 50 total offensive yards. And I could be wrong, but I feel pretty good about that. Saquon, I mean, he's a human being. Like how is he gonna withstand 30 rushing attempts week after
superhuman.
week? Cowboys in a landslide of a win.
His Saquon's thighs are huge.
21.
You're forgetting that his thighs are so big.
Okay. Next game. Let's go. Keep it rolling.
Okay. Look. This will be my official prediction, and this will if this both happens, I get credit for a win. Cowboys are gonna win, and Dak's gonna throw a pick or two. There we go. Commander Seahawks. I'm gonna just be quick here. Seahawks.
I'm also gonna go Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker III is probably gonna have 3 touchdowns. Jets Raiders. This is not really. I don't even think gonna be really close of a game. I think the Raiders are actually. Here's the difference between the Jets and the Raiders. Both of their quarterbacks aren't that great. The Raiders have really good players all over the field. They have Max Crosby. They have Devontae Adams. They have Josh Jacobs. That tight end Mayer, whatever his name is, he's shown some flashes.
Yeah.
They have Jacoby Myers. Overall roster construction, the Raiders are a lot better than the Jets. I'm taking Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders here too. I think the energy in that building is different. They haven't even unleashed Devontae Adams yet.
Exactly.
Granted, he is going to be against Sauce Gardner. The Jets defense is very good.
Go ahead.
The Jets defense is very good. Which I don't foresee this being a very high scoring game. I could see it being like 20-13 or like
28-10.
Sure. Yeah, 28-10. I don't think it's a good one above 40 points. But yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders. I think the energy they have going into it. I mean, this could be the Zach Wilson. I don't even know if he can get benched.
This could be like the Zach Wilson. This could be like the Zach Wilson might get cut game.
Yeah, goodbye game. But like, who are they going to put at quarterback? Boyle? I think they have Boyle.
They got Trevor Siemian. I don't know if they're going to activate him, but he wasn't active last week. But this could be like
about that.
There's two things with Zach Wilson. This could be like, oh my god, he might get cut, or like, oh my god, we're going to extend him again, like they did after that Chiefs game.
If they extend him, that'd be such a mistake.
No, they're not going to actually extend him, but you know what I mean. They're all going to like freak out over him. The TikTok edits. Broncos Bills. The Bills are going to win this game by 2 touchdowns. The Bills have been facing so much adversity, and the Broncos are coming off a bye. You know what? The Broncos, I'm wearing my Russell Wilson jersey because of this game. It's Monday night. God, you know what? I really don't know what to say because I feel like Sean Payton's probably going to motivate these guys and play, and they're probably going to play well.
Yeah.
But the Bills are going to win. The Bills have to win. The Bills can't go 5-5. There's just no way. The Broncos can be 3-6. The Bills can't be 5-5. I'm gonna go Bills.
I don't want to. You picked the Broncos beating the Chiefs, and you were correct.
Yeah. Do you want to have a big moment?
I don't want to have you. I don't want to share your little big moment, but I want my own.
Don't share. Yeah, don't share it with the Broncos. Don't. Yeah, pick a different team.
Well, we don't have to call it a moment then, but I want to go Broncos because I like the Broncos in this matchup. The Bills, they've been not that good as they usually are. Will they get it together? Probably. But I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that the Broncos are going to come out swinging. They've all rested, obviously, the bye. Russell Wilson was starting to play a little bit better. And they have a 2-headed monster that's becoming with that backfield with Javonte and Jaleel. I really like where that offense is headed. The defense, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think they've been playing that good. But the Bills' offense hasn't been playing that good. So I'm going to go Broncos. The Bills will probably win that game. I might do one of those things where if the Bills win, I get credit too. But yeah.
No, I took that away. That's not fair. Okay. That's not right.
All right. Well, I'm going
this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do for real. If the Bills win, we're gonna clip my prediction over the Chiefs and your prediction, and we're gonna make our first TikTok.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do. If the Broncos win, sorry, not the Bills. If the Broncos win, we're gonna clip the Chiefs prediction, and then we're gonna show the highlights of them winning. We're gonna clip this prediction, highlights of them winning, and then we're gonna say, if you're not following us, you're an idiot. That's how we're gonna grow.
I like that. Okay.
Perfect. Go Go Broncos. Broncos country.
Let's ride.
There it is. All right. And then our last game, of course, our Titans and Bucks. I see you guys see that jersey right there, LeGarrette Blount, Bucks legend, was the sole reason why we were even competitive in 2010 and 11. And then I think we had him for one. Yeah, we had him for 1 year in 12, and then he became a 3-time Super Bowl champion. The reason why I hung that jersey up is because he was actually signed with the Titans, and then he punched somebody in the face, and that's how the Bucks got him. The Bucks said, "Wow, we need a guy like that who's just going to punch people in the face. We're going to sign him." So shout out to the Titans for cutting him. Shout out to Jeff Fisher. The Bucks. I can't say this. I can't. I'm going to look at the camera here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this game. If they do not win this game, you will not hear from me. Okay? You're going to have to go find me in a ditch because I'll be so sad. Okay? Not literally, but they are going to win. They are not going to lose to 2 rookie quarterbacks. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay? No, it ain't happening. I'm calling it right now. It's not going to happen. So just get out of your heads. All you sickos who are picking the Titans, don't do it because it's not going to happen. So there's no point in doing it. We're going to come out. We're going to play buck ball. Our defense, we can clip this too. Maybe we agree on this. Carlton Davis will have a pick. Carlton Davis is going to get his first pick in over God knows how many games this week off of Will Levis. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's going to be the game ceiling pick because he got burnt by Tank Dell last week. Maybe Carlton Davis, because this is probably going to be a close game. We're not going to blow these guys out because we're not that good. Maybe Carlton Davis makes a game ceiling pick and shows up and says, "You know what? Last week was on me, fellas. That's on me. This week is because of me." Bucks, Carlton Davis gets a pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna obviously go Bucks. And we did a little
no bias either. Look, we're unbiased here. This is no bias.
Yeah. And we did a little exercise a week or two ago in one of our group chats where we predicted the future of the season. And I had this as a W. This was, and I think I said this in our last pod, this exact thing, but this was before Will Levis news. I still am very confident in the Bucks. If the last 40 seconds of that game, we just stopped them, we'd be completely different narrative on the Bucks.
Exactly.
Like 40 seconds has now changed everybody's outlook. Our offense
except us. We believe.
Yeah, exactly. And Dave Canales has been surprisingly energetic and like happy in his interviews recently. And I think it's because he knows that we found something. Rachaad White's been playing a lot better. The defense didn't have a good game last game, but if you take that out, you cover that game with your hand.
Like this.
Cover like with your hand.
Yep.
Look at the other games. Our defense is good, all right? Look at the sample size, right? If you make a bunch of cookies and one cookie doesn't look as good as the other cookies, are you going to be like, man, I screwed up my cookies? No, that's one bad cookie.
This is one gross cookie that might get you
salmonella. Throw that in the trash can.
Throw it away. Ew, it's going to make me
And now let's eat all these other chocolate chip cookies, a.k.a. the Titans.
Yes.
W Bucks.
Get those. Oh, salmonella, gross. They're gonna make me puke. Turtles, nasty. Yeah. Get it away. There's nothing more that can be said. I'm not gonna be the game. You gonna be the game?
I believe I will.
Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. That's probably what's been missing. We haven't both been, actually we have been in the same game. We lost to the Lions.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the secret formula. Maybe one of us can't. Maybe we both can't be at the games.
Could be. I mean, at this point, I'm open to trying anything, even though I'm very confident.
Listen, we're going to beat the Titans. You already heard it here first. Other predictions, the Cowboys will win, but Dak's going to throw a pick. The Broncos are going to beat the Bills, and Carlton Davis is going to have a pick that might seal the game in this one. I love all of those.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all we got tonight.
Yeah,
we got less than a minute here. Yeah. We got less than a minute here, but they're kicking me out of the studio. All right. I'm leaving. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. God bless. Go Bucks.
Love y'all.